Hello gamers, welcome to Project Zomboid. We're actually heading back everywhere we've been from now on. So we're heading back to all of our old bases, kind of reliving the memories as we come into this new era of it. I only say new era. I know we're this is like episode 10 of the new series. I, and it's strange to call it a new era because we're technically on like episode 50 of the original series. But this is a new series. This is ESG, not Easy Security Guard. It's abbreviated, it's new, it's cool, and it'll be in a separate playlist. And played at separate times. It'll be on my new variety series. Things have just changed up. So there's all that. I gotta warn you guys, I'm running on fumes today. Last episode was yesterday. I just got more and more sick yesterday. I woke up today feeling like hell. Today was supposed to be a gym day. Tomorrow's supposed to be a gym day. I'm taking today off. Tomorrow, what I'm thinking of doing is going later in the day. And getting some work in, lifting the same weight and just kind of going about it at a different pace. We went up into that, what do I call it? That, what's it called? Train track. Thinking, we get to go up to these areas. And then I thought about it. I'm like, my intention right now is to leave Erie Country. And there's just all this shit. All these builds that don't quite make sense. At this point, it was feeling liminal. Like, everything felt just not quite right. I really don't know how to describe it. It was fun. I played. It was a good time, but everything was a bit confusing, and I was starting to stack up recordings. It was how my recording system worked for a while. For a good while, if you go back to, I don't know when to say. Like when Civ, Starbound, and all those series were playing together. The low effort Let's Play, not the commentary videos. I think these are entirely different genres, to be honest. Or it's just words for the same thing. But, the unedited schlock, as we'll call it. During that time, there was all that stuff going on at once. I stacked up recordings as I was learning editing. And I wasn't recording anything for maybe 3-4 months. I was just playing Warhammer, playing Risk of Rain 2, playing all these games. And then, come August, I edited them all. Here we're having some fun with the car. This was actually so many fucking zombies. It was actually very scary. There was a whole lot of zombies and a whole lot of danger. And it was just so many weapons broken. I probably couldn't melee weapon this whole place, but I ended up just being like, you know what, let's get what loot we can get out of here and then get out of here. This place was kind of fucking god-awful. I did not enjoy it too much. But what was I saying? Yeah, I was learning editing. Now, I'm not good at editing. I think where my editing shines, editing, yeah, it rolls off the tongue. Where it shines through the most is, I'd have to say audio, and this is very self-congratulatory. My audio was horrible during the Let's Plays, and this is the same microphone, the exact same one. Like, holy cow, it is so much better, it sounds better, everything about it is better, and I do give myself praise on that. I still need to get rid of some of the buzz, but the buzz is not so bad that I cannot listen to my own videos, and so I'm quite proud of that. Nearly flipped over there. We're gonna head back here, get some sleep, store up all these things. I think this episode and the next episode is where our dealer of death, our roaming deathmobile, whatever the fuck you want to call it, comes into its own. This is when we really make this thing a home. We turn it from a roaming murder vehicle into a home by putting all my hoarding utensils in here. And don't worry, there will be multiple areas of hoarding. All of my bases will still be melee weapon focused and everything. And our next base we actually set up is going to be a hoarding area as well. So what happens, or what's going to happen, is that I'm going to fill this thing the fuck up. And I don't want to keep putting more and more backpacks and just nonsense into here. I think that's fair that I don't want to do that. So what our next step is going to be is to, make bases where we don't offload anything in here. We only ever refill what's in here. So if I take out 5.56 and I use that to loot a city, and then the loot in that city gets put into the base in that city, what I do is I take out the 5.56 in that city, right? So let's say this is math, and I think I'm being pretentious, but I want to say this more for me than for you, so I remember it, because I'm going to film some of this once I'm done editing this. So if we have, let's say, eight boxes of 5.56, we take out 4, we use those 200 ammunition to loot the town. Then what we do is, let's say we get 6 from the town, we take 4 or 5 and we load them into the 5.56 crate in our vehicle. So we've made a net gain while also gaining so much more that goes into the hoarding base there. Is kind of how I think about doing this. And don't worry, we're not going to set up bases in every city. Muldrow, we're going to have one just because it already has the bunker, and I want to go back there. Where else? Little Township in Louisville. Anywhere else is not going to be a base. It's just going to be a loot storage location and a safe house, which I am actually about to take a break, and I will, over here on my other laptop, just write up the rules to differentiate blah, 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 them both. Absolute nonsense pours out of my mouth at all times, bro. It's fucking insane. I figured it out, but in all honesty, I'm not sure you guys will like the system. Let's hear it, though. Let's hear me out. So, a base, we collect vehicles, we fortify, we get water through the some water barrels, and we have loot storage and sorting. Like extreme sorting, not well, I only mainly sort weapons. I don't really sort food and stuff, because food is food. That is a base. A loot depot is kind of what I called it, or storage, or safe house. Doesn't really collect vehicles. It actually just does everything the same. I just don't care about it as much. I was gonna fuck with you guys with the whole long... You know what? I'm gonna read the script, just because. We fortify. We have emergency water. Emergency vehicles. We hoard loot to be sorted and taken to other locations upon determining that, we have too much of it there. And it's a safe area for us to retreat to, or if this character dies, and we respawn a new one for them to get loot in that city, and then get on their way to one of our main bases to read books, and get smarter and shit. That's the difference. You notice how there was no fucking difference? Hee hee ha ha. Get pranked, nerds. Yeah, no, I am a genius scriptwriter. I say that while I have, let's real quick look at my Google Docs. I have a book, and just while we're, it's paused right now, so we're okay. Let's switch accounts to, that account. That is my, main one. How many pages is this? Word count, 22,000 words. Oh my lord. And what is my page count? Yeah, so I tend to this is all the setup for the book I'm writing. This is fucking crazy. So there is the world building. Here we're looting some apartments. This was a survivor house. That is that. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I do enjoy that. I don't know. Well, we have some characters and we have some stuff. It was all pretty much a writing exercise between me and my friend. We're napping. We're gonna get some shotguns. We're gonna kill the fuck out of some guys. I'm passionate about what about what I'm talking about now, so I'll talk about it. So for a couple months, me and my friend do D&D all the time, and we build worlds. Like, I do world building, I want to say, very well, or decently well. Because right now we're doing like a tower D&D thing, where it's like you climb a tower, Tower of Babylon, or Tower of Babel, manhwa, manga, Tower of God, whatever sort of things. Yeah, we maybe started some fires. You guys know what's up. Uh, but there's this tower system, and there's leveling up and all this shit. You know, fun. You get to select your traits, you get to select your level up rewards, a whole bunch of stuff. And we do that. We both have D&D worlds. I have one I won't name because it's actually can be connected back to me because it's kind of published. But I have a D&D setting for homebrew stuff that's I'm not the only one who uses it. I've had people I've had other people use it. So and it's a pretty big D&D setting with like a long timeline. Humans aren't native. That's the only hint I'll give. But there's a whole bunch of stuff with that. I'm just going to commentate while we do the looting and the killing. Y'all know how it is. But, so what I do is I have that setting. I have my tower setting. I have another tower setting that's pretty intense, like, with characters and stuff. I do D&D a lot. So me and my friend were like, we like reading manga, manhwa. So I wrote we did all the world building, 22,000 words of initial world building, just laying out characters, laying out all this stuff over the course of 4 months. It's a whole bunch of stuff for a manga or book setting, and I'm sounding fucking nerdy here. I need you guys to know I'm ripped. Let me flex real quick. Let me mog you guys. Double front bicep, tricep, chest. Okay, I mogged you guys. We're good. Yeah, guys, I'm not a fucking nerd. I'm actually a balanced and well-adjusted individual who has many passions and hobbies that I enjoy sharing with the world. Don't make me talk about Warhammer 40k for 6 hours, then about Skyrim, and then about every other setting I know and hyperfixate on, and then my other passions and interests such as music design, music theory, and a bunch of other shit that I'm actually decently good at. Oh no, I'm well adjusted and have hobbies. I'm so ashamed. It's nerdy to do that. No, I'm fucking with you guys. But yeah, we wrote this book thing. Enough ADHDing about. But we wrote this book thing. It was 22,000 words. It wasn't really a book. It was just laying out the plot for an actual book and all the characters and how their storylines would progress over a 7-book series or a 5-book series. We weren't sure. Or if it was manga, we had all the chapters laid out for either or. Each chapter is divided into multiple parts from multiple different perspectives. Kind of like the Godric and Felix books, but I'd never read Godric and Felix at that point. I just thought, oh, this is a good way to write a book. And that was, and that's not me bullshitting. Oh my god. Ah, I almost fucking coughed up a the Pharaoh's curse of dust there. Yeah, no. We did this multiple. I swear, like, on this book, on my love of Godric and Felix, I hadn't read Godric and Felix and how they do their books before I wrote this, because this was years ago. And so it's from multiple perspectives, and there's all this fun, and we laid out how the entire story would work, how characters would progress and stuff. And then after, 4 or 5 months, we got burnt the fuck out, and we just haven't returned to it. So next time we do it, me and my friend, I'll just have us start writing the book. Like, we'll review what we have, and then we'll write the book, and it'll be great. I don't intend to publish it or anything. It's just for fun, entertainment, hobby. We got some sorting to do. We'll go up here. So to catch you guys up, or to catch me up more so, we went up in there, we found a survivor house, we killed a ton of zombies. The issue was a bunch of zombies poured out of this military base itself. This looks like a actual base town, if I had to define it. I'm not sure if this is a real place in Kentucky. Full well could be. I got reckless, I got bit, I got slashed. I have just not been the smartest, but this has everything. It has a police station, it has a firehouse, it has stores, it has apartments, and it has an actual base with like storage units and actual base tents and shit. So this reminds me of a base town. I live by a base town. I used to visit there for some stuff. And that's, I was involved in programs. I am not enlisted or anything. Yeah, no, sorry. Just remembering shit. Y'all know how it is. That's life. I keep getting cut, scratched, whatever. I was just being stupid. Honestly, I'm way more careful about it now, so here in a couple episodes you'll see me get back into the flow. You just have to understand, I took like a week off. Not like a week, like nearly a month off of playing this game, so what ended up happening was I just became worse at it. It's plain and simple. So we grabbed as much as we could get. We drove these cars back down here. We're gonna load up, sort everything, then drive this back up there to drop it off and sort. I'm actually gonna end this take just in case something gets corrupted or I do something stupid, so I don't lose all this. I don't usually announce ending takes, but we're talking really in a good flow right now, and I know that flow is gonna get disrupted, so yeah. Well, I'm back. I know, y'all missed me. Yeah, I was watching Instagram. The last thing I look at, I always try to limit it. Took a little bit. It's been like 10 minutes since I last recorded. No, I lied. It's been like 20. But still. Not all of it was on my phone. They were like, it was Freemasons. And they were doing that ceremony where they like have the dude in chains and stuff. It's like, that's crazy. It's just... I don't even know how to describe that shit. They already got roasted. They're just playing house and shit. They're all like old dudes that I want them to cast a spell. Okay, if they want me to join Freemasonry, I better see someone float. Like someone in there better bench press like 405, or I better see someone float. In all honesty, okay? I was watching that ceremony, I'm like, this is stupid as hell. This is a little bit, not exactly what I want to join. Smash the fuck out of that, tanker right there. We gotta store shit. I'm not sure why we don't move our RV closer. I think in the heat of the moment, it was like 2 days ago. Let me, meditate on it. I think the reason I didn't move it closer is because I was afraid, because we'd already fought like what? Let's lowball it and say I already fought like 300 zombies here. I think that's a decent lowball. I already fought like 300 zombies in this place. This place is fucking huge. It's the size of a small town. Now, I could fathom that there might be some thousands of zombies hidden away. And I just wanted to get out of this place. I wanted to get the military stuff. There was certainly more stuff for me to loot. I just didn't really want to deal with that at all. Why is that something I would want to ever deal with? Thousands of zombies for just some military loot I can get elsewhere? Like, if I go up north, then west of Muldrow, there's a really fucking great military base there. There is. There's a full function, whatever the hell, military base west of Muldrow. Isn't it? I'm forgetting where this thing is. I've based there before. I based there one time. That was my goal in one in my that fabled playthrough I talk about a lot. I had my little homestead set up. I'd smashed all the walls. I'd built I back then I didn't do metal crates. I liked wooden crates a lot more. Wood is easy to get. I liked carpentry more. Now I like metal crafting way more because I have the mod to dismantle cars, and that just gives you so much. Here, we're finally bringing this thing up there. But, in that fabled playthrough, I'd started in Riverside. I'd worked my way all the way down to Little Township. I'd built at Little Township, and then I headed to there's a town to the west, and I'd fully looted that, every single house. Like, not how I loot here, like how I looted in that first area when I first started playing. When you're starting to amass loot, I looted like that, and then I went to the town below it. I set up another base. I did the same thing, and that's a town where you have to clear out a bunch of stuff to move through it. Like, it's one of those overdone towns, like Chinatown in our last playthrough, the Hermit playthrough. Chinatown had this horrible amount of how do I put this? It had this horrible amount of just shit in the streets that wouldn't be there. Well, probably actually would be there in Apocalypse, but also maybe wouldn't be there. I feel like there's a give and take there. But there was just this horrible amount of shit in the streets, and I had to clear all the way through it. I went south, I made it to the military base, and then the next day when I logged on, there was an update. I'm like, oh great. I booted it up, and it did not work. And my heart just sunk. I did everything. I literally did everything. I wanted that base so bad. I remember this, I got it working eventually. I copied the land chunk. I did the math, and this was like a week-long process. And this actually gets me emotional. Because I was a bit younger then. And I literally, like, cried. Like, I called my friends and cried. I was so upset because it was months of IRL work. This was like COVID or pre-COVID, so I was pretty engrossed in video games. I fell into video games after I, like, broke my neck and stuff. I was pretty extrovert. Well, I'm an introvert, but I'd become pretty extroverted. I practiced a lot, and then I fell back into video games because of a bunch of stuff that happened. I don't like to get into it, but I called people crying. It meant so much to me. I lost a save, and I finally I copied the land over to a new save. I made my way over there with a new character that I leveled up, and all these chests had default loot in them. So all these wooden chests that were filled with hundreds of rifles had a sledgehammer and 2 cloth. It's shit like that in all of them. Hundreds of chests. And I just remember I turned off the game. I was just like, fuck it. I'm not playing Project Zomboid again. I only picked it back up to do YouTube. Like, that is legitimate. I was so done with this game. I picked it back up to do YouTube. The updates and the stuff. This game is so good. I love this game. I love Project Zomboid. But I put it down. for YouTube. Like I put it down and brought it back up for YouTube. So it's the same with so many of these games I played for YouTube. Like what are some other examples? Terraria, Civ. I'd put down Civ. I did America was my first ever Civ campaign, and then I did a couple others. I did Brazil and I did Russia. My first ever Starbound playthrough, I made it to the boss before the one I just beat. So in Starbound, I'm on what, like the 4th boss? The Hexalotl. Oh, excuse me. The Hexalotl, whatever, the floating head shit. I'd beat the samurai guy because I just like hit him with a bunch of throwing stars. That was like my playthrough with my initial playthrough. And then I picked that game back up for it. I picked Terraria up. I have so many memories with Terraria that it actually is pretty difficult for me to play. Like, but there are games that I'll like actually never be able to play for this channel. Like Destiny, I can't. How do I put this without getting into too much detail? You know, I don't mind spoiling a little bit, but eventually I'm gonna do a game review about Destiny. But I belonged to a guild, one of those like guild groups in Destiny. They'd bought the DLCs for me and everything. Like I was way younger then, like couldn't work. Like I way more autistic. No, it's, I think it was around the time I had my first like pizza job because I worked at a pizza shop for a while. And I have like, you know, I just don't like spending money. I was just like, yeah, whatever with the DLC. And a dude just bought it for me. He's like, yeah, dude, of course. And then they invited me to their guild. I did raids with them and stuff. And we did that. And then we bought Destiny 2. And we'd played for a little while. And, you know, Destiny 2 at the beginning was really great. And I'm just going... I'm just doing this while my character... I finished looting here. And then we're going to head back to my last base. We're going to head back there, and then we're going to set up there. But I do want to talk about this. I don't mind running my mouth while this goes on, because it's, you know, what I'm saying is a lot more interesting than what's happening on screen currently. My friend, this was years ago now. It was the guy who bought me this stuff, yeah. So I was in this guild for many years. Before the Awoken DLC or whatever, with all those white and black guys. This was back on like whatever that jail place was with all the Fallen. It was then. Like this was... I remember us doing the DLC that had the maze, where you're in the dark and you have to like run through, and then we figured out we could do warlocks and like fly up. Like that was big news for us. So I was in this guild for years. And then we came to Destiny 2. One of our members got a cancer diagnosis, and then he died. And then we took a couple months off of Destiny, or maybe half a year, maybe a year, and we came back, and all the DLCs we'd wanted to play and that we'd paid for, because we'd bought the biggest package you could get for premium. So like we got like the pre-order that had like helmets and shit. All these DLCs that we were promised were removed. They were no longer playable. And then the new DLCs, for some reason, weren't for us. Like, they're like, oh, you have to repay for these. And we all just quit. That Destiny 1 is such a good memory for me. Destiny 2 is not. So I am, what I'm focusing on here is getting all the cars out of the road so we have a smooth ride back up, so I could kind of just listen to Katy Perry or whatever. You know, we're refueling our propane torch because we have a lot of stuff to clear. And we're just going to... essentially go fully loot our old bases of weapons and ammo in the next episode, so we can bring those with us leaving this map. That is the accumulation of everything I've done here. It's just truly getting all the weapons and ammo we can, hoarding it, and then spending it on the stuff here. I'm sorry if I got a bit emotional this episode talking about that then. I've been meaning to talk about it, and I'm currently writing the script for my Destiny episode, for my Destiny review, and it's just very fresh in my head. So I guess I wanted to talk about it, and I do apologize. I'm going to outro us. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day whenever you're watching this. Hope you guys come back for more. If not, I hope you enjoyed your time here. I hope to see you guys again next time. If not, that's alright. Positive affirmations as always. Thank you guys for putting up with me. Thank you guys for watching my stuff. Thank you guys for watching me improve, even if it's very slowly. I'm trying to get better at this thing. I'm writing scripts for future episodes. I'm rewatching footage multiple times over. I've even consulted with, there's an editor who worked with a family member, and I was able to talk to them about some stuff. God, I hate that bridge so much. It fucked me up both times coming through here. Yeah, so there's all that, and just positive affirmations. Thank you guys for helping me build a community. Right now, as I'm editing these, I get comments on every video, and that means the world to me. I'm glad I'm able to reply and interact with you guys. I'm so happy people are liking what I'm putting out there. I'm so happy I'm able to make positive changes, and you guys enjoy these changes I'm making. And I don't think I'll ever be able to express this enough, so I don't know what to say. The last thing's probably an apology for the buzz. I've figured out what it is, but